Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good, so last session we did implement a user option to control the tick sound of money deposit and withdrawal, the volume of it, yeah. Okay, and then I made one more optimization here to see, to exclude certain events. Yeah. Okay, so I created a recording, and we have two generals running, yeah. Two generals. Okay, now the question is which generals is which? I think we have to open Task Manager and check the IDs. Check the IDs, generals.exe. We are looking at, I don't know, processes. It's interesting. One of the processes has a much larger memory footprint than the other. One is 430 and the other is 606. That's quite a huge discrepancy, isn't it? Yeah. That's curious. Yeah. I wonder how that happens. Okay, so what I was interested in, processes. How do I see the title name of the process? Here. Okay, so this is instance 1. What is the ID? Oh boy. Let's make this larger. What is the instance ID? Go to details. Okay, it's the larger number. The larger number. This one. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I guess we take a look at this guy. So we have roots. Okay. The question is, where's the main thread? Ugh. It must be here, right? Thread ID. The busy one. No. Here. 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 Symbols disabled. Why? Can we load the symbol? Configure symbol. Yeah. Load symbols. Oof. Oof. Okay, so this game engine executes. Ugh. What? Why is there nothing under it? Ah, it's update. There we go. Update. Yeah, update. Heck, Internet AI update. Oh, that's actually pretty expensive, isn't it? Heck, Internet AI update. Updates. Why is it so expensive? Do Locomotor. That's expensive. And update state machine. ASCII string. State machine. Do Locomotor. Yeah. Do I have the whole range selected or? Yeah. Okay, I don't know that this profiler is hard to use. I don't know if there's a way to like get per unit sounds. I think the sampling rate is not really high of this thing because it needs to sample all the profile, all the processes. So it really it samples like probably with very large time spans. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't see anything particularly interesting here. Another thing we could explore is maybe we can make the stuff in here cheaper. Like, does this check here? Audio events. Audio event cut volume. Not for local. So it stops here, right? Yeah. What we could do is event to add, event to add, audio event. from ambient loop. So if we allocate this, then it's an exact copy, right? Let me see. Now the problem is the other client will disconnect now. So we have audio events and this one. And they will be the same, right? So what we could do is you could move this allocation later, right? Generate play info. Maybe not. Maybe. DK. To me, it looks like this check here. It could be earlier. This check. Yeah. I'm not sure. Event to add. Yeah. Like this here. This is also early. No info for requested audio events. This is also unnecessary allocation here. We can just compare against no sound. Gets, if not uninterruptible, and not should play locally. Not should play locally. Oh. Not should play locally. Should play locally. Not this local player false. Let's have a look at player. There's also the observer component here. Yeah. So, right, it has a different local player when we are observer. Maybe get interruptible. What is this? Uninterruptible. Uninterruptible. Generate play info. Uninterruptible. So ignore. So what will be different now after the generation? Let's see from the top. Okay, so there is now a file name. Yeah. There's a handler, kill this handler. There's an event name. There's an attack, decay, AP normal. There's a volume, time of day, position, some ID, owner type, should fade, logical audio, uninterruptible is all the same, pitch shift, yeah, volume shift, loop count 1, playing audio index, all count. Generate file name. Yeah. Okay, this is a bit tricky here because there could be something here that influences this, right? I'm not sure. What we can do is I have an idea. We take this guy and we move it early. Yeah. We move it. We move it here. Yeah. That's for event to add. Okay. Okay, and so then here we say tests. What is it? Audio handler. Audio handle tests tests equals nothing, 0, -1, I don't know. What is this? Unsigned int. Okay, and then we assign this here. Tests equals this. And then we do the same here. Test 2, test 1, 1. And then here we do test 2 equals that. And then we do if test 2 equals that, then return. And then we do a check here if test 1 is not equal to test 2, then we have a problem, right? Then we have a problem. What do we say here? We just put int a equals 0, just so we can put a breakpoint. Okay. Oh, look at those level 3 hackers. Very strong. Very strong hackers. Return test 2. Yeah, if we never hit this here, this sound, this breakpoint, then it should be safe to move this up. So what is this? Oh, it didn't build. Error. Ugh. Let's do a printf. There we go. Got some action. Okay, so here we got that, yeah. Okay, that's fair. Okay, let's join into a match. Okay, I do hear the money tick sound. Okay, we don't get the hit on this breakpoint, which is very good, which means that doing this optimization seems to be okay. Yeah. Let's build some stuff. Let's do instant build maybe. There we go. How about we open the big test map? The big test map, yeah. Skirmish, unofficial maps, tests. This one, and then we take an enemy, medium, USA, and we put them there, and then we go. I think we should have taken a little bit larger resolution. It's a bit small, isn't it? Yeah, how about we increase the resolution a little bit in the options menu? Can barely see the action. Where is it? I want this resolution, please. Good. Then we take here these guys and we attack and see if any of the sounds trigger something. There would be mismatching. Yeah. Interestingly, I cannot press A, attack move for this. Why? What unit is blocking attack move here? Maybe one of these drones? Oh yeah, these drones here. Interesting. Huh. Oof, the lag. Oof. Oof. Yeah, I think that's pretty telling. Okay, so this is something we could do, but I would say still it's probably better we push back this kind of change. Let me open a task instead. New issue. Blank issue. We do a task. Investigate. Audio. Performance. Minor. Investigate. Add audio manager can be improved. Performance can be can be optimized. There's an unnecessary ASCII string. ASCII string, no sounds. ASCII string, no sound allocation at the top. And the should play locally test can be moved up for the event to add. This will save. This will save a bunch of logic. And allocations. This function is very often called for sounds that will fail. For example, money deposit and withdrawal sounds for players that cannot be listened to. Money deposits and withdrawal sounds for players that cannot be listened to. There could be great benefits from making this function cheaper. There could be some benefit from making this function cheaper. I already verified that this is correct by testing it together with the original tests for audio events. This one. Testing it together with the original test for audio events and see if they always return the same, which they do. bunch of let's have a bunch of, how do we say, calculations. That's not the right word. What is the right word here? There's this. It's not the right word, but I can't. A calculation is close enough. A bunch of. It's not processing either. Calculation, processing. There's some other word. Oh man. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Can be moved higher up instead of. Let's have a bunch of calculations and allocations. I verify that this is correct by testing it together with the original code for our event and see if they results which they did that will fail to trigger. For example, money deposit and withdrawal sounds for players that cannot be listened to. There could be some benefit from making this function cheaper. Investigate and optimize. Let's just say optimize this function. Okay, then I won't do any optimization now, because there always is a risk that this optimization breaks some logic, right? So the focus still is stability mostly, and maybe really bad performance we can fix, but like this to me looks like rather small optimization that is probably good, but it's not like. Well, it probably depends on the volume of the sounds. Like if you have 1 million hackers, but the 1 million hackers, something else will bog down before this is noticeable. Like there will be other things that are more expensive than the sound. I don't even see this here. I wouldn't even know. Like maybe look a bit further. If we see any trace here, we need a better profiler. I need to look at this in pics. This one is really hard to look at here, but I don't see anything too interesting. What about if we look at acoustic maybe? Let me look at money and let me see acoustic here. We're looking at hacker sound, right? money. There we go. Audio event, yeah, deposit, okay. So what is the call stack? Auto deposit updates. Okay, let's see if we can find it. That is inside game logic updates. Game logic update. There we are. Auto deposit. Auto deposit. There it is. There's one sample. That's not much. Yeah. Okay. It's not that much now. It is showing up, at least something. Yeah, it's dwarfed by other things. The Hack Internet AI update is much more expensive. Yeah, yeah, it's really it's minor, and we have it minor. It's okay. Yeah, it's something we can do, but it won't change much here. Good. Then what I will do now is I will trash these changes for now. We just took a note what we can do. I tested a bit. Okay. Then what I will do is I will push this one here and this other one, the refactor. Control money deposit and withdraw audio events. Implement money tick volume option to control money deposit and withdraw audio events. This change implements a money tick volume option to control money deposit with audio events. Implement money tick volume option to control volume of money deposit. Control the volume of the purpose of this change is that 0-hour players will not need to suffer from the audio events. 0-hour and generals. And generals players will not need to suffer from the audio events when spammed. Yeah, I think there was a video. There was a video posted here. Can we copy this video? No. Here, there's a video. Can we download this? Copy link. Can we download this here? My ears.mp4. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, that's very small. Huh. Is that even correct? Oh, it is. Okay, it's awful quality, but that's fine. Let's listen in. Let me pause here and then here. That's very faint. The main purpose of this change is that the RN channels will not need to suffer from the auto events when spammed. And setting the option to 0, the option value to 0. From audio, from money, audio spam, when setting the option value to 0. Label audio, minor, general 0 hour, ZH. Okay, so this is a follow-up for this one. Follow-up for that. Okay, what's up with this music here? Oof. This chain implements follow-up, yeah, okay. Audio spam. Yeah, the options. Yeah. Options. By default, 0 hour. Channels will begin with money take volume equals 100. 0 hour will begin with 0. that's good. Let me see. Money deposit, money withdraw. Should we perhaps start generals with default 0 as well? I do not know why generals players would prefer this audio spam, this audio. Money tick value and acceptable name, or is there a more suitable one? Money tick volume, maybe money event, money audio volume, I don't know. Is there a better one? Okay, so there's that, and then the other change is refactor audio manager. Oof, that failed quickly. Simplify how audio settings are accessed in Audio Manager. By the way, we need to have a to-do. To-do. Replicate in generals. This change just simplifies some codes and simplifies how audio settings are accessed in Audio Manager. The null tests in this function are not necessary because it would crash elsewhere. It would crash elsewhere. Let me actually double check. Let me go to audio manager in it. What happens if this file is not found? Load. Throw any exception. Unknown token. Throw on prep file catch. Try prep file, try. Prep file, read all lines in the file. Prep file. File already can't open file. Okay, there is actually an exception being thrown when the ini cannot be opened. Yeah. Okay. This change simplifies how already single access. The null tests in are not necessary because the ini code would throw if the audio settings could not be loaded and audio settings could not be created plus audio manager and other codes would crash elsewhere anyway. Labels, refactor, minor. Practically nothing changes. Yeah, so this is the same. This is the same. Okay, here we have a compile error. We need to check that out. All the targets are failing. Oh boy. No, only generals. Let me see why. Ah, right. Right. Generals fails to compile until code is replicated. Okay, cool. We got a bit of stuff done. That's nice. Okay, we got a bunch of stuff here created. Okay, let me go by author here. Author Mauler. Did I submit the change for the file system? File.h, the buffer change. Did we submit that or not? No, not yet. Not yet. Yeah. Yeah. Smart fixer PR in which the value 0 was not being considered when saving the game, and system time font sizes. I think this also needs to grab value from I think this is still wrong because the value is not still wrong because the value is not coming from the option preferences. It's not loading. It's not loading from and saving to the option preferences. Where it is saving here. Yeah, but it is fresh system. It's not loading and saving to the option preferences. check how I set up money tick volume in I think it is correct there. The options during game runtime to test this. Edit the options, edit the options.ini and press accept button in the options menu. While the game runs, and press accept in the options menu. I think it is correct there. I tested it. Unclear what OSD means. Prefer not using acronyms. Yeah, the problem is the acronyms, you never know what exactly this means. OSD, I have no clue what that means. I know what it refers to. It refers to the game text and system time, that stuff. But yeah, it's yeah. Just describe it normally. Yeah. Okay, what else? Memory leaks. Okay, that looks interesting. AI guard inner state. This pair fixes the leaking attack and enter states from AI guard inner state. Okay. AI guard inner states. It's generals. Hold on. Okay, here's okay. There's null. Text state, enter state. Okay. So these are allocated in here, yeah? Is that right? Let's see. Oof. On enter. So this, yeah, okay, it allocates here. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. 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 Okay. Is there any other class maybe in here that leaks, or is this the only one? This one here. What about AI guard outer states? What about that? Okay, that's separate. So the first question I have here is, what about AI guard outer states? That also has here that. What about AI guard outer states? It also has. Let's see on enter. Yeah. Yeah, it also allocates. It also allocates. Maybe there's even some more. Let me see. This one looks fine. This one. Yeah. This one could be one. Pick up states. This one, yeah. Okay. This one he fixed. Okay. So these two. What about the? It also allocates. Okay, but yeah, for inner state, it looks good to me. Boom. By the way, it's not necessary to check for null here because delete instance already does. Delete instance calls here. This is a static function. Calls delete without any null checks. I think null test is not necessary. Not necessary. I wonder if there's even more. Let me have a look at state. Let's see who derives from states. It's probably a lot, yeah. Let me see. So we also have here some. Yeah, this one looks fine. This one. Let me append more information here. Also check this. 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 That's okay. Okay, let's see, is there more? No. This one. I think state machine makes no sense here. State. Sleep state. That's a very good state. Sleepy. Okay, so it's just these here. Just Mhm. Because of the states on exit get called, internal allocated states get deleted. Huh? But delete instance. Does not require. Let me see. Delete instance. Yeah. Delete instance. Okay. Okay, what do we have here? A tag state machine. Okay, tag state machine. What is this? Sorry. Clear. Internal clear. The state machine is locked. It cannot be cleared. The state machine is locked. It cannot be cleared. Okay, what is leaking there? Doesn't say. So right now, when I look at this, I don't see what is supposed to leak here on a text state machine. Yeah, what is the problem there? So a text state machine itself, it doesn't have any, where is it? Here, a text state machine, it doesn't have any members. So, and that calls now clear on state machine. That I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand that. That makes no sense. If there is something leaking in state machine, then state machine should clean this up. Yeah. What is it? We have here we have deletes. What is clear doing? Locked. Current state. Doesn't look like that this does anything interesting here. What is this deleting? Text state machine. Text state machine has no members. Maybe the issue is that some have. It's a virtual clear. I see. Okay, I think I see a reason for this. Yeah. Okay, let me see. So this one, yeah, let's go through all of them and see if there's anyone that has resources. So far, not. No. AI state machine. AI state machine. Clear. Notify state machine changed. Oof. Oof. This looks like it could change behavior because of this here. Wake up now. Yeah, this one looks tricky. Oof. 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 Okay, I don't know what is leaking there. I need some explanation here. Can you elaborate? Oh, caps. Can you explain what is leaking? What is leaking here? It is not illegal to call a virtual function in the structure, but it is perhaps also a bit misleading. Actually, let me ask ChatGPT before I write some nonsense. Is it legal? I think it is legal to call virtual functions in a destructor. I think it's legal, but it won't call overloaded functions when going down the destruction chain. So it might not have the expected behavior. Let me see. Yes, it's legal, but it may not behave the way you expect. Yeah, to the way C++ handles virtual dispatch. Yeah. Yeah. It's not illegal to call virtual functions, etc. But it can be misleading. Yeah, call virtual functions in the destructor. I don't think we need to clarify that. Yeah, I need an explanation what is leaking. Yeah. It looks like it could change behavior with what AI state machine does on Claire. Let me double check. State machine. Yeah. Okay, good. structure. I think we had issue for this worker tunnel repair. Yeah, it's here. Let's see. Balance mismatch. I think there's also a passenger veterans, passenger promotion, passenger haben wir hier. Related to controversial design, major controversial. I don't know what this balance mismatch here is. Controversial, minor design. Chile. Oh, okay. Let's check this here. Fix an iterator underflow crash and the countermeasures behavior that could occur if a countermeasures vec object could not be found. Oof. To clear up this function, it would be better to rewrite it to use rbegin rend. Use a reverse iterator from the container. Right. Countermeasures is a vector, yeah. Yeah, I think I should use what Amala said, yeah. Reverse iterator. End is actually the end, so advance the iterator. What? End is actually the end. What does that mean? End is actually the end, so advance the iterator. End is actually the end. End is actually the end. Yeah. Yeah, use the reverse iterator. R begin. R end, yeah. Yeah. Why is it iterating from the end though? Why is it doing that? Iterator max. I think this is something that I added at some point. This looks familiar somehow. Yeah. Iterator max. Yeah. Crash in the countermeasures. Okay, labels. Is this really a crash then, though? This does not crash in the retail game. Or does it? The retail VC6. Okay, so we wait for review. If not, it's double tap. Okay, I see. It's double tap, yeah. And what about the other one, the add item? What about that? It also has a double tab, right? Here. What about the shouldn't that be treated equally similarly? I think there could be a optional feature for mods to prevent, well, yeah, I think selling is prevented when the building is disabled, right? Selling is blocked. The building is disabled, right? Toxin Tractor should receive a slight buff. Receive. Civilian trains never follow waypoint path branches. Yeah. Don't think. Custom missions made for base ZH without mods that encounter this terror. Well, custom missions are mods too. Say quasi mods too. Oh boy. We have 100 things to follow up on. Oof. Oof. Always select the units even when double pressed to prevent accidental. What? Comments can become one sentence. Can be written in one compact sentence. deselect all drawables. Deselect. Yeah, kind of. Select drawable. Break. Break. Not sure if that implementation is correct. Every object in a group needs to be checked for kind of when getting added to an existing selection. This reads strange. What is the user experience on this? What happens user facing? Does it mean everything is deselected? Deselected when trying to add a building to a group, to a team. Is that the expected behavior? Let me take a quick look how I fixed it in Gentoo, because there was the exact same thing. Let me hide my screen for a moment. Not that it matters much, but no. Okay. So Scutbug, I think. Ah, yeah, here. Okay. Let me just ask, let me put back the screen here. So I took a look at Gen 2 and there's the same thing, yeah. Obviously the implementation looks very different to real code. So doesn't mean everything is. How about we ask select drawer. Man, the way the code is written is really horrible. It's really bad. Yeah. Oh boy. The problem is with this code is they cramp everything into one function. And the problem with this is it becomes hard to maintain and understand the flow of the logic. I think it's very important to put certain things into smaller functions. Like, is a building selected in this group or in this group, right? Things like this. So that you can break the logic down into smaller chunks. And then when you have these higher level functions that combine the functionality underneath, then it's easier to comprehend and follow the flow of the logic. Whereas here it's like you have condition after condition after condition after loop after condition, and it becomes just really complicated to follow the flow of this shit. It's really bad. This for maintainability, it's really bad, and I'm not surprised that there will be a lot of bugs, right? Because you need to like study this carefully. It's easy to make mistakes. It's not good. No. Deselect all drawables. Yeah. Let me see. Select drawable. Deselect drawable. This is behavior identical to what Gentool does. User facing. Oh, so get a hotkey squads. Selected squads. I think only the first. I think only the first objects. The list needs to be checked because we can only select one building at a time legally. It's not possible to select multiple buildings. No. Yeah, here it also just gets the first one, yeah. Get live objects. Yeah. So basically add a check here if size is larger than 0, then check the first drawable and see if it is a structure. If yes, deselect all drawables and then done here. Otherwise, keep on going with this loop. Yeah. Yeah. Add team. Right. Okay, I'm getting tired here, and it's also very late already. Yeah, didn't get much done. I thought I can maybe also merge some reviews, but I'm too tired now. I probably make mistakes now if I merge. Oh, that's only two open. Oh, it's this one. Okay. Well, that's simple enough. I guess you can merge that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, I will do this next session. Yeah. Good. I think I will end it here. You're open to new changes. Fine. Good. I think next session I want to advance the unification effort a bit. We need to build a script to help make that a bit easier, at least to just like physically move the files, that part. The merging we want to do by hand and carefully, right? Yeah. Good. Yeah. Then we'll end it here. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.